skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight. Spooky, scary skeletons.
On the ocean that hollows the rocks where ye dwell, a shadowy land has appeared as they tell. Men thought it a region of sunshine and rest, and they called it Hy-Brasil, the Isle of the Blessed. From year on to year, on the ocean's blue rim, the beautiful spectre showed lovely and dim. The golden clouds curtained, and deep where it lay, and looked like an Eden, away, far away. Imagination merges with reality, where the island of Hy-Brasil is remembered in both travellers' records and ancient Irish legends. Ireland could indeed have its own version of Atlantis. The name of the so-called disappearing island sounds awfully close to South America's largest country, which is not an island and has not disappeared. Why the confusion? The name Brazil seems to be a variation of the old Celtic word Brazel, which means the High King. Ancient sailors didn't stumble upon South America and think it was a small island off the Irish coast. Maps from the time indicated that folks knew there were two different places. Some historians think the country of Brazil was actually named after the mythical Hy-Brasil, and they point to the intriguing coincidence as proof. On old maps, Hy-Brasil was drawn as a circular island with a river or channel going across the centre. We see the same image on the flag of Brazil. In Celtic folklore, there are numerous tales about the island of Hy-Brasil. It is supposedly home to a sophisticated culture who had gold-roofed, dome-shaped buildings. According to these stories, the island remains hidden most of the time. It is either invisible, obscured by heavy fog, or descends beneath the ocean. It does, so say the stories, show itself once every 7 years, but only for one day. Hy-Brasil was noted on maps as early as 1325, when Genoese cartographer de Larto placed the island west of Ireland. On successive sailing charts, it appears southwest of Galway Bay. Both St. Bernard and St. Brendan found the island on their respective voyages and returned home with nearly identical descriptions of Hy-Brasil, which they dubbed the Promised Land. A Catalan map of about 1480 labelled an island as Ilha de Brasil to the southwest of Ireland, where the mythical place was supposed to be. Expeditions left Bristol in 1480 and 1481 to search for it, and a letter written shortly after the return of John Cabot from his expedition in 1487 reports that land found by Cabot had been discovered in the past by the men from Bristol who found Hy-Brasil. Some historians claim that navigator Pedro Alvarez Cabral thought he had reached the island in 1500, thus naming the country Brazil. However, Cabral didn't choose the name Brazil. The country was first named Ilha de Vera Cruz, Island of the True Cross, later Terra de Santa Cruz, Land of the Holy Cross, and still later Brazil. The circular perimeter of the island was confirmed by both saints, Bernard and Brendan, who separately walked ashore to determine where the island ended, but never found it. Most likely, they were walking in circles. One of the most famous visits to Hy-Brasil was in 1674 by Captain John Nesbitt of Killybegs, County Donegal. He and his crew were in familiar waters west of Ireland when a fog came up. He and his shipmates entered into a deep fog, and their ship landed in shallow waters upon a beach shrouded in mist. As they disembarked and explored the strange island, they found it to be the home of large black rabbits and a wise, grizzled magician who invited them in to his castle home. He explained, or so the story goes, that he had cast a spell on the island to prevent it from being seen by ordinary eyes, but the spell had somehow been broken. He gifted them gold and silver and sent them on their way. The last supposed sighting was in 1872 by Roderick O'Flaherty. In a chorographical description of the West, or H. Connacht, 1684, he tells us of the reported man by saying, "There is now living Moro Ole, who imagines he himself personally on Hy-Brasil for 2 days, and saw out of it the Isles of Arran, Gollum Head, and Irisbeg Hill, and other places of the West Continent he was acquainted with." The last documented sighting of Hy-Brasil was in 1872, when author T.J. Westrop and several companions saw the island appear and then vanish. This was Mr. Westrop's third view of Hy-Brasil, but on this voyage he had brought his mother and some friends to verify the island's existence. In a bizarre turn of events, Hy-Brasil has turned up in more recent times as well. I will do a separate video on this incident in the future, so I won't go too deep into this here. Its name is associated with a mysterious binary code that arrived via telepathy into Sergeant Jim Penniston's mind during his encounter with a strange craft at Rendlesham Forest in 1980. The craft had strange symbols on it, almost like Egyptian hieroglyphics. As he touched the craft with his hand, it sent flashes of numbers into his mind. And as the years went by, he wrote down the sequence of ones and zeros, which turned out to be binary code. This particular chunk of binary, once decoded, read origin 52.094253.2 north, 13.13.1269 west. Could this be the location of Hy-Brasil? It does correlate with some of the maps on which it appears. If so, does this mean there is an alien connection? The idea that I have come up with in researching the incident was that coordinates were sent in binary by time travelers, and that they led to markers or jumping points for other time travelers to assist them in navigating multiple timelines. Perhaps Hy-Brasil and other phantom islands like it serve as some kind of worldwide bus stop. However, on the topic of otherworldly beings, the episode Ancient Aliens, titled Aliens and the Forbidden Islands, posits another curious theory, that Hy-Brasil may be an extraterrestrial base utilising a cloaking device, and that there may be others. Could these phantom islands actually be alien headquarters? Hy-Brasil shares a lot in common with the tale of Atlantis and other lost cities, but I believe it's most similar to the stories of Agartha and Shambhala. They say the name Hy-Brasil finds its origin in the name Brazil, the High King of the world in Celtic mythology. Strangely enough, the legend of Shambhala also tells of a golden city hidden in an eternal plain where the king of the world sits on his golden throne. It's interesting that two different cultures, worlds apart, would share such a similar mythology. While Atlantis may be the most famous lost civilization, Hy-Brasil is better documented and has more eyewitness accounts behind it. The legend could be a story that was passed down through generations from the end of the last ice age when sea levels were lower. For example, the so-called Porcupine Bank, discovered in 1862, appears to have been an island at some point in time. Located about 193 kilometres west of Ireland, it is a shoal exposed at extreme low tide and is where an 1830 chart had Brazil Rock located. The bank's highest point is around 200 metres below sea level and was sunk either due to a catastrophe or rising sea levels. Is Hy-Brasil out there? No documented sightings have occurred since the last in 1872, and although researchers have found areas of land that may have once been mistaken for an island, it does not seem to exist. Not in any way we can see, that is. If it does, however, appear once every 7 years, then that means it should have appeared in 2019 and will again appear in 2026. So if you happen to find yourself on the west coast of Ireland in the next few years, keep your eyes open. You may be surprised. Whether or not the island exists or ever existed is still hard to tell, but the mythical and real accounts of the island are hard to deny. The mix of lore as well as documents and official maps makes this legend appear to be something much, much more. Do you think Hy-Brasil exists? Let us know in the comments what you think. Thank you all so much for watching. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos on the strange and eerie goings on in this world. Until next time, good night and good luck.